Ariel Helwani in New York City at Renzo Gracie's BJJ Academy with one of the newest members of the Gracie MMA family, RollesGracie. And Rolles, you are making your UFC debut February 6th, UFC 109, Mustafa Al-Turk. A lot of people are excited. There's a lot of hype surrounding you. Gracie 2.0, they're calling you. The first big heavyweight Gracie to come in and make a splash in the UFC. Are you ready?
I'm more than ready, man. I can't wait to step in the octagon and show us the Gracie 2.0 is all about.
Do you like that nickname?
I kind of like it, it's good. I'm pretty much like the biggest Gracie, there's going on right now.
Yeah. All right, so what do you think? I mean, you have major shoes to fill, right? RollesGracie done so well. Renzo Gracie's coming into the UFC very soon. But that name is so synonymous with this sport. It's almost like Babe Ruth in baseball. How do you feel with, living up to those expectations and dealing with that hype?
I feel I'm just like another human being. At the moment that two guys step in the octagon, I just two human beings, and we gotta do what we gotta do. I try not to the hype is good, of course. I'm trying to, to fill their shoes, but I'm not really thinking about this, at the moment that I step in the cage.
A lot of people, obviously, we know about your submission background. I mean, you are one of the best heavyweights in grappling, but people have said, you're striking. Well, we don't know about it yet. What can you tell us about your striking and how you've improved since the last time we saw you late last year?
I've been working a lot my stand-up. I highly believe in being a complete fighter. And if I'm doing my striking, it's because I don't want to be a one-dimensional fighter. If the guy comes with the hands down, he's going to get punched in the face. So that's what I'm getting ready for.
Mustafa Al-Turk is 0-2 in his UFC career, but he's fought some tough guys. Czech Congo, Mirko Krokop. He has pretty solid striking as well. I believe 4 of his 6 victories were he won 4 of his 6 fights via TKO. What do you think of him as an opponent?
He's a tough opponent. My particular opinion, he didn't have a good matchup. Those weren't very good matchups for him. And he's a well-rounded guy. Like I said, he's got good hands. He's won the Abu Dhabi trials for Europe back in 2003. So he's a tough guy, man, for sure.
If you had your way, would you rather fight this fight on the ground, or do you want to prove something to the fans out there that are saying that you don't have good enough striking for the UFC and keep it standing?
I'm not trying to prove nothing. I'm trying to go in there, put my game plan on, and get out of the octagon with a win.
Have you thought at night, I'm sure you're sleeping in your bed, you're envisioning your UFC debut, what it's going to be like when you step into that octagon for the first time in front of the Vegas crowd?
Man, I've been stepping on this octagon every night, and I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I'm very excited. Just I have try to visualize every night, try to visualize, so when I step in there, it won't be a surprise. So that's my game plan.
You nervous?
No, not really. I just want to be there. I'm anxious, but I get good anxiety. I just want to be there. That's what I wanted to do for a while. And that's what I'm ready for.
There are a lot of tri-state area fighters on that card. Matt Serra, Dan Miller, yourself. Are you talking to these guys and even your family members about what it's like to fight in the UFC, to try to learn a bit about it? Yeah, I've
been training a lot with Ricardo Almeida and Frankie Edgar. They have up and coming fights. And man, it's this is just another place, and just try to avoid the whole scenario. Just get in the cage, focus on your fight and your opponent, and you're going to do good.
You've been also spending a lot of time with the Jackson's camp, right? Rashad Evans. Actually, you just gave Rashad Evans his BJJ black belt. What's it been like dealing and training with those guys?
Man, Rashad is an outstanding guy. We've been helping each other a lot, and it's great. I had these guys. They have it's a different kind of a training partners. Here in New York, I have outstanding training partners, and Hans was helping me out a lot. And in New Mexico with Greg Jackson, the guys are not straight up MMA guys. Here, pretty much everybody comes from the jiu-jitsu background, and they accept my ground game a lot. And I don't think that will happen in a fight.
Did Rashad Evans deserve the black belt? Because I know online some people have been talking about he got it maybe a little too early.
Man, he's like I said, he's an outstanding athlete. He's been doing ground and grappling jiu-jitsu for a long time now. And if whoever has a doubt about it, go roll with him and let me know after.
Speaking of Rashad, I noticed you in the background of the last season of The Ultimate Fighter. You were sort of lurking back there. What was that experience like for you to be training with those guys?
It was awesome, man. Rashad brought me there to help the guys with jiu-jitsu, train with him as well. And also, it was a great experience. Got to roll with the guys and help them out. It was great for me and great for them.
And fans of our podcast, the MMA Hour, would know that you were in studio with us one time. And I remember when you came into the show, you had like 300 or so followers on Twitter. Now you got like 2,000. So is it safe that we gave you the rub that because of your appearance on the show, now you're so popular?
Yeah, for sure. Now I got like 2,000 more followers. So it's good. I'm loving it. Getting a lot of love from the fans in Twitter. And I just want to like represent and not disappoint them on February 6th.
Speaking of Twitter, I learned this morning that you had to wake up sort of in a disturbing fashion with a carbon monoxide alarm went off. What happened?
Yeah, like my wife was cooking last night and she was using like the broiler for the first time in this house. And I guess like after everything she was done, like we had like a gas leak, maybe something was on, and woke up with the monoxide carbon like alarm going off, and like as soon like the whole fire department was there in front of my house, but everything was cool. It was just like a little leak, and everything's done now.
Everyone's okay. No one's hurt.
Everything's okay. Yeah, no, everything's fine.
All right. Final question: Mustafa Al-Turk, UFC 109, February 6th. How's the fight going to finish?
Hopefully the submission. That's what I'm shooting for.
First round?
Submission is a submission. I don't care if it's the first round, the second round, or third. I just want to win.
All right. We'll wait and see. February 6th. RollesGracie makes his UFC debut, much anticipated UFC debut against Mustafa Al-Turk. Can't wait for that one. Best of luck to you, my friend.
Thank you, Ariel.